guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video I haven't done in a while, but I like to do occasionally when I haven't done a reading vlog in a while, and that is romances I'm currently reading. So I'm in the middle of 4 books right now. Well, technically 3. I just finished one like 5 minutes ago before filming this, so I'm going to talk about that one as well. And I'm always pretty much reading 3 or 4 books. I have an adult romance I'm reading. During the school year, I will have a YA book I'm reading that I'll read at school during some of my classes that are focusing on reading instruction, and then I have an audiobook and an ebook I'm reading. So right now I have 4. I just finished one though, so I'm currently in the middle of 3, and they're all so different, so I thought I'd share them with you and talk about what I'm liking and my thoughts. The first one I want to talk about is what I just finished reading, and that is Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This one just came out this past Tuesday, so I don't remember if that was like the 3rd or the 4th. I don't even know what day it is today. It was early in September this came out, and this one is historical romance from Berkeley Romance, so I got an ARC from them, so thank you so much to them for sending me an ARC. And this one, like I said, is historical. It takes place in the 1800s, and our main character is one of the first female students at Oxford, and it's really interesting looking at what she has to do to be a student at Oxford. She needs a chaperone, and she needs to take classes without men in them, and so she has to take them somewhere else, and she also is taking part in the women's suffrage movement, and so she's part of this women activist group, and she is trying to convince different politicians and dukes to support their cause. So it's definitely more political, but in the fact that it's trying to give women more rights when there was a time when women weren't given rights and they literally were their husband's property. And so I really loved her main character, Annabelle. She was super fun to follow, especially when she kind of started falling for the Duke that she did not have a good first impression of when she first tried to get him to listen to her about her cause, and he is very hard-headed and doesn't want anything to do with her, and then he's kind of attracted to her, and their romance ensues from there. So it's pretty much enemies to lovers. I adored this. I still don't know if I want to give it a 4 or 5 stars. I'm more in like the 4.5 star range. It was really, really fun. I loved the banter and the enemies to lovers. I do think that was kind of not drawn out enough, so I think that's what's stopping me from giving it a 5 stars. I love it when they're enemies to lovers for at least half the book, maybe even more than that. I just love the angst, and so this one didn't have it as much as I wanted it, but it was a really, really great historical romance. I would definitely recommend this. The next one, I'm only about 60 pages into it, and that is Her Royal Highness by Rachel Hawkins. This one is YA, and I believe it's female-female romance. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but this is about our main character who applied. She's obsessed with all things Scotland, so she applied to a boarding school in Scotland, and she gets in, and she doesn't know if she wants to go though because she's kind of starting a relationship with one of her really good friends of their friend group who just broke up with her boyfriend, and so she wants to be with her, and she's kind of holding off to see if she's really ready to go to a completely different country when she's starting this new relationship. But lo and behold, that girl's boyfriend comes back from vacation or something and gets back together with him. Our main character is crushed, and she is just doesn't want to talk to her friends. Things are being weird now in their friends group dynamic, so she decides to go. Her roommate ends up being the Princess of Scotland, and I just got to the part where they met, so it's so good. I am obsessed with Scotland. It's literally one of my favorite places on this earth. I love Outlander, so I'm enjoying this so much. I love how it takes place at a boarding school. I used to love boarding school books when I was in high school, so this is right up my alley. I'm loving it. I can't wait to read more. I didn't read the first book of this series. I think they're just companion novels. I didn't read that yet. I'm just reading this, and it's really, really good. The next book I'm reading, I've been dying to read because I've seen so much hype for this on Instagram, and book 2 just came out, and I think book 3 is coming out pretty soon, and that is Bad State by Monica James. This one, someone did buy it for me for my birthday, so I'm so thankful to have friends who can buy me some good ebooks that I would love to read. And this one is a dark romance, and it is about a girl who is kidnapped and falls for her kidnapper. So I'm about 30% of the way through, and already the tension between our main character and her kidnapper through the roof, and I am just like, can something happen please? And he has a good side to him that he's trying to hide, and he has a soft spot for her, and she can feel that, and she's attracted to him and kind of freaking out about it because she did just get married in the beginning of the book. She's actually kidnapped on her honeymoon. So It's so good though, oh my goodness. And so like he gets mad at her for keep on trying to escape, and then she has to like deal with the consequences of trying to escape, and it's really good so far, and I'm loving this romance. And I'm worried though because it is a trilogy, so things are not going to be resolved by the end of book 1. I know that for a fact, but it's okay because book 2 is already out, so if I need to, I'll read it right after this. But it's so good, so good. If you like that kind of captive romance that's a dark romance because like bad things are happening to her, you're gonna love this. I'm super excited to see how it turns out, and I love Saint so much. Saint is the guy that kidnaps her. I love him, and I don't know why I love him, but I really love him because he's not a bad guy. Like, I can't stand romances where the love interest is like genuinely a bad guy and genuinely does horrible things that are never being redeemed from, and so he's a good guy. Even though he's kidnapping her, he's a good guy. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. The last book I have to share with you I'm actually listening to on audio, and I think you guys are going to be very excited, and that is Reaper's Legacy by Joanna Wild. This is book 2 in the Reaper's Property series, and I'm listening to it on audio from my library, and it's really good so far. I don't remember too much from Reaper's Property. I think I read it this year. I have to remember what happened in that book, but I believe they're all standalones because I don't think he's even mentioned the main character from book 1, but maybe he has. I think it is Horse from book 1. Just kidding. They've mentioned that couple already, and so in this one, our main character is 16 in the prologue, gets pregnant, and her baby's father is not that great of a dad, and so we fast forward to when he's in 1st grade, so what, like 7 years later, 8 years later. Her ex-boyfriend's brother is in an MC club, and he basically takes on the role of the dad and like looks after her son and is really protective of her son, and so a bad situation happens while she's at work, and so he comes in and then he's like, that's it, you're moving in with me, this is not happening again. And so that's where I'm at right now. It's really good so far. He's like a lot older than her. I want to say he's like at least 6 years older than her, if not more. I wanted to say like 10, but I don't remember because I think he's a stepbrother of her ex. And so, really good so far. We just got to the MC compound, so not too much MC so far, but we have seen some MC characters, and I'm really loving it so far, so I cannot wait to see where this goes. And those are all the books that I'm currently reading. Let me know down below if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are, or what you're currently reading and loving. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.